Hello friends, it is Tuesday, June 9th. We just have our activities for today that we're gonna do for you. The first one we have is camping charades, and you're gonna get just a little baggie like this, and it has, just so you know what it is, a little label thing, and it says charades on there. We already cut apart the cards for you, so it should be easy. And what you're gonna find is just some different theme words on the cards. Like this says mosquitoes. What else is there? Going on a picnic, exploring. I don't want to say them all because I don't want to ruin the surprise when you pick the cards. This is a fun little activity you could play with brothers and sisters or neighbors or your grandparents or parents or whoever you want to. This is kind of a game for all different ages. So most of you know how to play charades, but what you would do is you pick one person, you pick out a card. I would need to act out, my word is mosquito, so I have to act out mosquito. And you could do like if it was buzz hitting you, slapping it, whatever you might do to show that, and then people would have to guess. But it's all camping themed words in there. So that's the game charades. And like I said yesterday, you guys should have seen the little packets as well that you got. And there's lots of different games and activities on there that you can do with those. The other activity we're going to do is we're going to make little lanterns that you can use. So what you're going to need is you're supposed to have come up with your own bottle. Now you want one probably plastic, not a jar, because you're going, unless you're okay with losing the jar, but you're going to glue on this plastic bottle. So that's why I have a plastic bottle. A water bottle will be fine. A pop bottle, it doesn't really even matter what color it is. A clear one might be best. And then you would have got a little baggie and a little, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what this is. It's not milk or white paint. It's actually called Mod Podge, which is a glue. And we'll talk about that later. You're gonna need some scissors. And then I have a hole punch. If you use a hole punch, that if you have one, you can use that. Otherwise, you can use scissors. And then in that little baggie, you should have got a pipe cleaner, a little paintbrush, a little sponge paintbrush, either a yellow or an orange thing of tissue paper, and then just a little candle, okay? So the first thing you do is, and this is something that a grown-up is going to have to help you with, so if they haven't done this, please do not do this on your own, because I'm even a little bit afraid today that I might cut myself. So have an adult help you with this, because what you're going to do is you're going to put the candle inside the bottle, but it won't fit, obviously, in this small hole. So I just have a box cutter that I'm going to use, and like I said, this is not for kids, so an adult is going to have to help you with this. You're going to find a good little spot, enough that you're going to be able to get the candle in there. So I'm just going to kind of poke a little hole in there, and then just kind of take my scissors and just very carefully cut off the top of your bottle. So it should look like this. Now you're going to want to make sure, is it big enough for you to put yours, and mine is. All right, so you're going to start. I don't need my scissors and my box cutter, so that'd be something I would just probably put away so I don't actually cut myself or a brother or sister could get hurt with. You also, I'm missing some. I had little construction paper strips. Can someone buy me those for this? There they are. Construction paper strips in there as well. Thank you very much. You got different colors. Mine are like a pinkish purple. Now, we just cut it. I didn't know what kind of size bottle you were going to have, so they might be too big. They should be big enough to wrap around your bottles so that they're like this. All right? So you can cut them if you need to. If you want to make them a little smaller, that's fine. But we're going to start with, in the middle of your bottle, you're going to take some little papers. Actually, I didn't need scissors again, sorry. You could rip them too, but I'm just going to cut some. And you're going to take your little Mod Podge. Now this can, you want to probably do this on not on your mom and dad's a fancy dining room table. You could do it outside, or you could do it with newspaper or something underneath so that you don't make a mess. But you're just gonna dip a little bit into the Mod Podge like this, and you're just gonna make like a strip of glue on there. Okay, like that. And then I'm just gonna take my pieces so you can kind of see how I just started with a little bit. I didn't do the whole thing to start. And you're just gonna put your yellow tissue paper on top. You can always add a little bit more if, oops, see I put too much on there. And just stick them on like that. You're gonna wanna like stick them right away so that it doesn't start to dry on you, okay? So once I've got that covered up, I'm gonna do, you're gonna probably have extra Mod Podge, but we wanna make sure that you had enough so you didn't run out if you had a bigger bottle. Then you're gonna do another little strip on here and put some more. They don't have to be perfect sizes or anything like that. Okay, you're gonna put more on there. And I get kind of lazy after a while and then I start just ripping them instead of cutting them. Putting them on so you can kind of see how I'm doing that. It doesn't have to be a perfect line across either. You can just paint it on. If you have little cracks, make sure you get in the cracks as well. Okay, putting another one on. And see a little bit more. You're probably not going to use all that tissue paper either, so you could save that if you want to and use it for another project, or maybe you want to use it for your activity tomorrow. You're going to do a little STEM activity tomorrow, so I would save that extra paper to use for another time. Okay. A little bit more. Going, this will take a little bit of time, so let's see, a little bit more. And if you just want to turn me off and fast forward so you don't have to listen to me talk, that is fine, and do this on your own. I'm going to just cut another little strip here. Okay. Oops. Keep going. And if you need to kind of lift them up and put more paint on there or more Mod Podge on there, that's fine. You can do that. And then I should just have about one more section left, so I'm just going to finish that off. Okay, this, I'm gonna do a little bit bigger. If you want to do one big giant piece on there too, you can do that. Kind of looks better when you do that too. Let's see, I might need a little bit more. Okay. Just like that. Now, obviously, it's gonna have to sit for a little bit. It's not gonna be perfect. And then you're just gonna take your top and your bottom. So I'm gonna start with the bottom first, and like you want it to go right on the bottom of this. If you need to cut it, you're welcome to. And then you can just kind of do, you don't need a ton of Mod Podge, just enough to make it stick. So I'm just gonna make it go all the way around. You really want to get it on that edges so that the bottom doesn't come off, okay? Or is loose either way. Okay. And then I'm just gonna take it and wrap it around Like I said, you want to be right on the edge. And then you're gonna have to take it on the edge here and make sure it sticks. And you might just have to hold it a little while too. This glue is like, it'll be white, but it'll actually glue clear, or dry clear. So you might need a couple paper towels, grab me, thank you, to wipe off that paint too, or the Mod Podge. Okay. All my awesome helpers. And it's really quiet in here, but there is a lot of staff working to make sure that you guys get your supplies. Okay, then we're gonna take the top part and we're gonna Mod Podge the top. Again, just gonna glue it. And I'm just gonna do it right on the edge here, and then I can always cut it off if you want, or if you want it to be longer, that's fine too. It's kind of messy, so that's okay. Messes are fun. As long as your parents say it's okay. Now, I kind of like mine with that little extra top on there, since it kind of looks like a lantern, but if you want to cut yours off, you are welcome to do so. These are all dirty again. And then you're just gonna take the top and just kind of push some holes. You don't want to go too far to the edge. So if you kind of see how I did that, and like I said, if you don't have a pole punch, you can just use scissors for this. That's okay. Just make sure you don't go too far up on the edge or it'll rip. Okay, then you're gonna take your pipe cleaner and you're gonna put it through like this. Actually, you can just kind of take it and wrap it up so it's like a hook, and then roll it around here. So make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't get loose, okay? And then you're gonna do the same thing with the other. You're gonna, so it looks like a handle. You want it to be big enough so you can hold it. And then you're gonna wrap it around. Be really careful that that paper doesn't rip. If it does, that's okay. Just go a little bit lower and make a new hole. You're just gonna kind of wrap it around here like this. And so there's your lantern. Okay, obviously there's still some glue on it, but that's gonna melt. And if you want, you don't have to do this, but I like to do this with Mod Podge. Mod Podge is cool because it dries clear. You can just kind of lightly go over the top of that yellow, only if you want to. You do not have to do this. But you'll put it over the top and then it'll dry clear, and there just won't be any edges on it, like the edges of the tissue paper. Okay, and there's your lantern. But we're missing one thing, aren't we? We need the light. So I'm gonna take my little candle here, and if you see, most of you should have a little pink tab. That's just, you pull that out to get the battery so it'll start. So you'll just kind of take that and just pull it, and then just pop right off. And then there's a little switch here. You'll just turn it on. If yours doesn't work for some reason, you let me know, because we have extras here and we'll get you a new one. But make sure you pull that pink tab and turn it on. And then you're just gonna very carefully plop it in, and you should have it. So we'll just take the phone really quick into the dark so you can see what it looks like. If I can get this thing off here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's take it into the dark here. If you guys know, I have a really dark closet in here so you guys can see what it looks like. So here's my closet. It's pretty dark in here. And now you can see in the dark, it's just a little lantern. You should be able to take these out, outside or into your tent or whatever you want to do. And there's your lantern. It's kind of fun. But before you take it and start using it, you're going to want it to dry so it doesn't get all wet, okay? So there we have it. There is your lantern. When it dries, it'll look a lot cooler too. And when you're done, I'm gonna have you just hold it there. Just take this off. You're not gonna want this to dry because it will get crusty. So take this and make sure you get all the Mod Podge off of it, okay? So you can use that again if you wanted to. And put the lid on it, save it. Maybe we'll have another project with that. And then save this, because we might be using this again this summer. So wash it, put it in a safe place, because if we do another activity with one of these, we probably won't give you a new one. So save it so you have it. Save your tissue paper, and you can use that again tomorrow for your camping STEM activities. But anyways, that is the activity for today. Send us your pictures. I want to see them. Send us your pictures. All right? Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.